Hey everybody, Gridbot Guru here, coming back, wanting to do another video for you all about indicators. Again, if you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please share my channel. I'm trying to help out as many people as I can with as much knowledge as they are willing to take in. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about what's called Bollinger Bands or B-Bands. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and actually I'll just go ahead and stick with this one. Okay, so I have my pair here, 1 inch USDT, and I'm going to go up to indicators and we're going to go to Bollinger Bands. Now, there are different types out there. And again, what I can do is I can go into the history of it and all of this, but I'm not going to. So the idea behind B-Bands is it gives you a higher limit and a lower limit. Now, I'm not saying at all that it is going to not go past the higher or lower limit. What I am saying is that generally speaking, if it goes up to touch around the higher, unless there is some type of crazy catalyst, it probably is going to end up dropping back to at least the center line, which is an EMA, or the bottom line, okay? So you are able to kind of work with this, okay? So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing these B-bands are, they're looking like they're starting to, I got my lower band starting to come up. I got my higher band starting to come down, and my EMA is starting to turn up, the center band. And what that tells me is that it's starting to come together. When you have some that start to come together, anticipate a movement. So like this one jumps up through your higher B band and then it comes back down. So I'm going to end up, what I would do is I would look at larger time frames, make sure that what I'm seeing and what I'm noticing is correct. So right now I would end up probably pairing it with some more indicators as well. So if I'm looking at like 1 minute, again, I would never do something like this because 1 minute is just way too fast. There are too many people out there who use, whether it's a trading bot, whether it's grid trading, or whether it is like some Python where it's adapting as you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at, we'll look at 5 minutes. Okay, so the 5 minute right now is at the center EMA. It looks like I have about 2.5 more minutes before this candle closes. So I know that it's already hit down here, and it looks like it's going to travel up through. Now, some people are going to say, you know what? It closed above that EMA, so I think this is going to be a good time for a long position. Some people are saying, okay, it's closed above the EMA, but I still want to wait to make sure that it stays above the EMA. So that's going to be one way that you guys can end up kind of trying to figure out what you want to do. What is your next step, okay? But what I want to do is really today I want to show you kind of the trend and the idea. So I'm going to go back to the 1 minute. So the idea is that when this price hits the higher bands, it will probably make a drop. Okay, that is the theory, that's the thinking. And when it hits the lower bands, it will probably come up. Okay, so those are going to be the ideas and the thoughts behind using B-bands. Now, if you have, say, a higher time frame, let's do 1 hour. So you have a higher time frame, you're going to see that it comes up, and it's not necessarily as quick to react. So you're going to see that it comes up here. It's very close to the upper B bands, and then it starts to drop. It hits the lower, and now it's starting to come up, and it hits the higher one. It actually goes way outside the higher one, and then wick comes back. Okay, so that's just a really, really long wick. That means there's a lot of pushing back. There's a lot of selling right there. And so it's probably going to start coming back down again, okay? Now, one thing that I do look for on these is if you can, we're going to go to a 15-minute. If you can start seeing some big movements, and potentially you can end up scalping one. Okay, so you can get in for a pretty quick flip. Sometimes you have to wait for it. For example, this one. It's riding that top band. Okay, and this is going to be the point where you pull in other indicators as well, and some more technical analysis. So I'm looking at this, I'm going all the way back out, and look, if I'm wanting, okay, I could say, you know what, it's really close to some areas of support and resistance, kind of in this area. It looks like maybe it's going to bounce, but again, you have to make sure that it's actually going to, because you could very well go long or go short here, expecting it to come back down, and it keeps going long. Okay, so there are some big movements on some of these. And another thing that I end up looking for is I also end up looking for the candles, not the wicks. The wicks help, but the actual body of the candle to start getting smaller. So on this one, you're seeing it's pretty big, a little small, big, and it's got looks like a lot of momentum. This top B band is still going up. It still looks like it's going up. So if it starts curving over, you're going to know that there's probably a good chance that you could end up going in. Let's look at a smaller time frame right here. Perfect example. So you could say, all right, and you see how it kind of bounces right off that, and this B band starts to curve. You can kind of get an idea that maybe this would be a good time to go short, or you could put a buy. You could put a buy somewhere around in here, a limit buy, or a limit open position, not a buy, a limit open position to try to short when it hits this area up here, hoping and thinking that it's going to come back down. Okay, again, guys, indicators are a wonderful tool for your tool belt. Do not rely on them 24/7. Okay, you have to look at the whole picture. You have to look at everything. Like I said, right now we're sitting at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 57. We're sitting at 57. I am assuming that this is probably due to the recent trends of Bitcoin. So if we ended up kind of putting these two charts together, my guess is it's probably, where is it at? My guess is it's probably following along pretty closely. There we go, with Bitcoin on the 5-minute. You have to make sure you're looking at the whole picture. Don't just look at one thing. Look at the whole picture, okay? So that is another indicator that I have used. It works fairly well. I use it, so that's one of the ones that I've started off with. Again, I try to make this video a little bit shorter for you all, and just kind of give you the basics of it. If you have questions, reach out to me on our new Discord, Gridbot Guru. Reach out. There's a ton of people there who know a ton of stuff. There is, like I said, I am trying to give people tools for their tool belt. I know that I don't have necessarily the absolute best tools all around, but if you can get something from something I have said, that is my goal. That's the end game for me. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, join Pinex. That's where I'm doing majority of my trading. Almost like 99% of my trading is on Pinex. If you haven't joined already, there is a link below to join. It's my personal referral link. Join up with us, start trading. Join our Discord. Reach out to me if you have questions. And I hope you all have a great day trading. And I want everybody here to stay green. I'll see you guys next time.